In just under 2 months, the Florida State Seminoles will kick off their 2025 season in dramatic fashion. On September 1st, they'll face off against the Alabama Crimson Tide in a high-profile non-conference showdown at the newly renovated Doak Campbell Stadium. With the pressure mounting, head coach Mike Norvell is determined to bounce back after a tough stretch for the program. This season is pivotal for Norvell, who has faced criticism following one of the worst seasons in Florida State history. But he's not sitting idly by. Over the offseason, Norvell revamped both his coaching staff and the roster, bringing in fresh faces to help turn things around. The goal is clear: return Florida State to the postseason and restore the pride of the Seminoles. At a minimum, Florida State needs to make it to a bowl game. Fans are eager to see their team back on track, and Norvell knows that anything short of postseason play will only fuel the doubts surrounding his tenure. After all, he's finished with a sub-500 record in 3 of his 5 seasons leading the team, which has kept the Seminoles out of the conversation for major bowls. But what if Florida State makes it to a bowl game this season? And not just any bowl, but a high-profile one with a storylines-packed matchup. That's where things get interesting. According to an early bowl projection from Brett McMurphy of On3, Florida State could land a spot in the Sun Bowl, where they would square off against Deion Sanders and the Colorado Buffaloes. While not the flashiest of bowl games, the drama behind this matchup could captivate college football fans nationwide. Imagine this: Deion Sanders, the former FSU star and primetime legend, facing off against his alma mater. The intrigue alone would bring a level of excitement that few matchups could rival. But beyond the storylines, there's a deeper layer to this rivalry. Sanders has a personal stake in this one. After all, Florida State didn't consider him for their head coaching position a few years ago, and as we know, Sanders doesn't forget easily. What's more, he's managed to turn up the heat on Florida State by flipping one of their most coveted recruits, 5-star cornerback Travis Hunter. Hunter, who became the number 2 pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, chose to join Sanders in Boulder, a move that sent shockwaves through the college football world. On top of that, Sanders has pulled in several other transfers from Florida State, including former 5-star wide receiver Hykeem Williams, who was the top recruit Norvell signed during his time at FSU. But it's not just the transfers that have made Sanders and Colorado a story to watch. In just one season at Colorado, Sanders led the Buffaloes to a surprising 9-4 record, capped off by a bowl appearance in the Alamo Bowl. While the season ended in disappointment with a loss to BYU, the foundation for future success was undeniably set. Now, as Sanders looks to build on that success, he faces the challenge of replacing some of his star players. Hunter, quarterback Shedeur Sanders, and safety Shiloh Sanders are no longer with the team, leaving Deion to work with a new quarterback, one who isn't his son. This offseason will be a defining one for the Buffaloes as they adjust to these departures and look to stay competitive in a tough Pac-12 conference. It remains to be seen how Deion Sanders will handle these transitions, especially as he enters uncharted territory by leading a team without his own son at quarterback. This will mark the first time in Sanders' college coaching career that he won't have Shedeur under center, which could present a whole new set of challenges. As for Florida State, the Sun Bowl is no stranger to the Seminoles. The last time they played in the Sun Bowl was back in 2019, when they faced off against Arizona State. That game ended in a 2014 loss under interim head coach Odell Haggins, which only added fuel to the fire of frustration among FSU fans. The Seminoles haven't been back to the postseason in a significant way since, making the 2025 season all the more critical. The Sun Bowl may not have the same allure as the college football playoff or the New Year's Six, but the drama of a Florida State versus Colorado matchup, featuring Deion Sanders in a coaching battle against his former team, would certainly attract attention. The stakes are high for both programs. For FSU, it's about proving they're back on the rise, while for Sanders and Colorado, it's about continuing the momentum and building a legacy. As we get closer to the start of the 2025 season, all eyes will be on Florida State and Colorado, especially if they both make their respective bowl games. The possibility of a showdown in the Sun Bowl could end up being one of the most captivating games of the year. It's a matchup full of personal vendettas, future NFL stars, and the kind of drama that college football fans live for.